Following a wave of public backlash, the private spa company Redeveloping Ontario Place has gone back to the drawing board. An updated version of what this Toronto landmark could look like has now been revealed, and it will include smaller buildings, better views, and more parkland.
It's effectively like we're almost burying the Therma facility into the public park.
Austrian-based resort company Therma is hoping the evolution of this design will please the naysayers. In the original plans, a 22,000 square foot spa and water park stood 6 stories high, blocking views and taking up almost 20% of land on the West Island. That building is now being scaled back, as you can see from the red dots on this rendering.
One of the things we've done is made the building smaller. It's about 25% smaller by volume, so the height and the feel of it. The second big move, and these two go together, is we've then put public park on top of the building.
Instead of a tower, the wellness center will be spread out in campus-style pavilions with parkland woven through. It will also include a rooftop terrace, creating another 4 acres of public space.
So what we have now is trails that are leading around the building, trails that lead up onto spaces. On the West Island side now they'll be presented with a whole range of ways to come into the public park right from the Lakeshore Bridge.
According to the developer, the updated design has increased the parkland area by a total of 35%, and the public pathways on the island have been made wider to accommodate additional food concession areas. Therma also says that the redesign aims to recognize the important role of Indigenous heritage, saying many of the plans were created in collaboration with the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. The development of Ontario Place has been a hot-button issue since Therma signed a 95-year lease agreement with the province several months ago, the details of which have not been made public. The redesign comes amid backlash from the public and other stakeholders who are not happy with the idea of a private spa taking over the so-called jewel on the waterfront.
I think folks are going to see that their comments have been reflected. It's quite, from an aesthetic point of view, it is quite a dramatic change to say we're going to take the architecture of a building and make it a landscape design.
Almost 1,000 people voiced their concerns about the original design during public consultations at City Hall back in the spring. At Ontario Place, Shauna Hunt, City News.